All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's the 47th meeting of the AFC and the NFC as they battle in the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
The crowd is fired up, we're fired up, and we are underway in the 2020 Pro Bowl. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. A look at the starters defensively now for the NFC.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he caught it up. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Ready? Yellow lady.
Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 38, Breeze. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And that's picked up by the AFC. He's at the 30, 20. And he is going to bring this one back. A fumble return for an AFC touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
Breeze now to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Check three.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Caught on the right side by Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And that's picked up by the AFC. Past the 20. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Breeze going to throw to the right side and complete to Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Ertz over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Breeze to throw again. The left side completion to Jones. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This will be their first trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Again, it's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 14-yard touchdown. As they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Well, this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The all-pro in two positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So we reach halftime of the... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. Watch the curve, watch the curve.
They'll run with the Rams' Todd Gurley. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Nothing open downfield, they went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if he can make someone miss in the open field.
Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. Now Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it third down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw, Breeze. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Breeze now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Breeze to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory.
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.